Good day, everyone. Welcome to lesson 4 of the grade 5 coding program. Uh, I am Sean Muruvan. I'm going to be your teacher for the next couple of days. Today's lesson is going to be on variables. I started a little bit of variables in yesterday's lesson. Uh, Today, we're going to learn more. We're going to consolidate our knowledge about variables. Okay, this is a program that we ended up doing yesterday. Now let's do a quick recap of what is a variable. Now, I had a look at yesterday the chat during the lesson. I think there were some of you guys were a little bit confused about this concept about variables. So I'm going to just explain it again. What is a variable? And if you do have any questions, raise your hand and I will answer it before I go on with anything new. Okay, so this concept of a variable, we said that the main purpose of a variable is so that we can store data so that the program or the computer or that the character can use later on. Okay, so when you think about a variable, you must think about it like a box, like a physical box. You could call it a memory box. And whatever you put in that box, the program can use what's in that box. For example, think about maybe some of you all went with your parents to the ATM. And in the ATM, when your parent puts in the card, they probably will ask them for their PIN code. That's very similar to a variable. For example, that ATM, if you can picture, it's like a box that is waiting for the PIN code. Then when you put the PIN code in there, the program takes in the PIN code and checks if it is correct. Let's use another example. You are playing a game. You're playing a game. In the beginning of the game, you maybe select a character, or sometimes they call it an avatar, and you give it your name. Probably you'll call it your own name. Now, that is another example of a variable. Now, coming to the example I did yesterday, we said create a program that makes 3 variables, and we made the 3 variables. Now, I'm going to do it very quickly for those people who didn't see. Okay, I will do it again in the next example. But basically, when I made my variables, there's my 3 variables, num1, num2, and sum. Right, you can see my mouse cursor on the left here. Now, when I've created that, you can see these 3 things here on the screen. Think of these 3 boxes are memory boxes. Now, whatever you put in here, it stays there, so the program can use it. But remember, it can only hold one value at a time. So I ran this program using, for num1, I entered 10. For num2, I entered 5. And if you look at sum added the 2. We took num1 and added it, plus it added it to num2. And then we got the answer, 15. Okay, I'm gonna attend to your questions just now. Let me just finish what I'm saying. So if I go and change this value, watch here. If I go and let's change, instead of 10, let's put maybe 20. And instead of 5, let's go and make this 7. So we got 20 and we got 7. Let's run this program and see what happens. Can you see now 20 is in here, and then 7 is in this box, and in this box here we have 20 plus 7. It gave us the answer 27. Now, the previous number that had num1 previously had 10. Now that is not there anymore. And this num2, which previously had 5, now we have the value 7. So what that tells us about the variable is, whenever I put a new value in that variable, the value that was there before is gone. So the variable can only hold one value at a time. Okay. So before I do anything new, let's attend to any questions or any confusion that you have about variables. Okay, you can raise your hand. Okay, I can see we've got a few questions. Let's first attend to user. Okay, user. I see you don't have a username, it's just user. I can ask answer your question? Okay, maybe you can unmute user. Okay, we'll come back. Let's try. I see Nasiha as a hand up. Nasiha.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm still a bit confused about variables.
Okay. What you think you know about it so far? What I mentioned. Okay, no problem. I'll explain it again to you. Uh, so you must picture this guy, or picture that robot. You know, I had that picture of the robot. Let me show you. I'll go back there. Okay, you remember we were looking at this picture of the robot. Now, if you think about now, this robot, picture this as the program or your app. Now, it needs information so that it can interact with you. For example, it cannot greet you by your name because the robot is not psychic. We have to give him your name. We probably have to enter it somewhere. So basically, if you look at this box that we've created here, think of this box as a variable. And if you come and drop in your name in this box, then the robot can take whatever's in this box and use it. So basically, if you enter your name here and say your name is Sean, then it will take whatever name is in this box and say maybe hello Sean. Now that's how you can make your program interactive. So just say in the second box here, maybe you enter your school name. Then it could have a conversation with you and say, hope you're enjoying your school, and it will give the name of the school. So by using these variables, it will interact with you. Now, if you don't have variables, if you don't have something as variables, when you come stand in front of the robot, it cannot greet you by your name because how will it know your name? It cannot speak about your school because it won't know what school you're from. That's why this is so important, this thing here called variables. Think of it that you just created a box of memory, and in there we're putting some information that we can use in the program. I see Victoria has a hand up. Let's answer Victoria's question. Victoria. Okay, Victoria, can we unmute?
My question is, how I don't understand how when using variables that the robot stores it. How does the robot store it?
Yes. Okay. Good question. Where does it store it, or how does it store it? Now, if you look at this program that we were doing, now remember, think about this character here. This character could represent our robot. Now, in the code, that's what we're learning now. We will learn in the code how to create this variable. Remember, the robot is not some mysterious character that can do all of this. No, me and you, all of you guys, we are going to program it. We are going to give it instructions. We are going to make the variables like what we did yesterday. I'm going to show you again how to make the variables. And when we make the variables, then this boxes pop up that we can use in the program. Some of you all, when you're playing a game or you're playing an app or whatever it may be, you might see on the top there, it could have some information similar to this. Maybe it's not in boxes, but you'll have something there where it says name, what level you are on, what score you have. Just say, for example, it's one of those games where you have to collect a certain item, maybe collect certain coins, for example. Maybe we'll have on the top there how many coins that you collected and how many more coins that you need. For example, you have collected 1/5, 1 or 5 coins. That means you need 4 more coins that you need to pick up. All those things on the top, you already saw it in your games that you're playing. Those are examples of variables. And remember, I'm going to show you how to make it. Now I'm going to do another example from scratch. And I'm going to show you step by step how we create it. So basically, I'm going to now delete this. I'll delete this entire program. Let me show you. If you made variables and you want to delete it, this is how you do it. You go on top of it. You right click. Now right click is, remember I told you when you place your hand on your mouse, the normal click that we use is normally a pointer finger, and that is actually the button on your left. So the other button, the button on your right, where normally your middle finger is placed, you right click and you say select delete. Num1. Delete. Now can you see as I'm deleting, can you see on the screen they all have disappeared because they are no more in the program. Okay, so now there's our program. We're starting totally now from the beginning again. Now remember this yellow block that you're seeing here, this is not a special block of code in Zora blocks. What this is basically in your center coding screen. If you right click and you say add comment, this pops up there and you can type in whatever you want. Okay, so basically this is not anything to do with the program. I just typed in the question so that you can see the question while we are coding. Okay, let's go to the second question. Right, question 2 says, create a program that makes 3 variables. Okay, this is the first one. Let's go to the second one. Create a program that makes 3 variables, num1, num2, and difference. Assign the value 10 to num1, 5 to num2, calculate and display the difference. Now you guys are in grade 5, so if you have not done what is difference, you have done difference means subtraction. Okay, so hint, I put a hint here. Difference is if you take num1 and subtract num2. I know this is very easy. You say obviously if the first number is 10, the second number is 5, what is 10 minus 5? 10 minus 5 will be 5. That is quite easy. But remember, if I go and change this number to a long, difficult number, and if I go and change this number here to a long, difficult number, the program will still give us the correct answer. Okay, so I'm using a simple example for you to just grasp this concept. So let's go start now. How do you make a variable? You're going to go here. There's all your options on the side there, motion, looks. We are going to come right down to variables. You can see there is a button here called make a variable. Let's click that and let's type in the first variable that we want to use, num1. Right, you click it. Now you remember there's 2 options here. For now, leave the first option. It means they're for all sprites. What it means is at the moment I've got only 1 character. If I add 5, maybe another 5 characters on that stage, if this is ticked, that means they all can interact with that variable. Okay, let me make the next variable. Next variable is num2. Click OK. And let's go and click and make the third variable, which is called difference. Okay, which is called difference. So there is my 3 variables. Now this other variable that is here, it's called my variable. Don't worry about that variable. That variable, it's there for you to use it by default. Basically, when you open the program, you'll see there's a variable made. Now we don't have to use that variable. We made our own variable. Now before I move on, I've got a question from Zoe. Okay, let's get Zoe to ask a question. Hi, Zoe. Are you're still muted? Okay, also user has a question. Let me try unmuting user.
Hello, sir.
Hi, okay, this is Zoe. Hi, Zoe.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, okay, go ahead.
You said that we have to make the variable different.
Yes.
So must we do the same thing or must we do the same thing and leave some, or must we delete some?
You see, if you want, just to teach you, I made all three again. Watch what I'm going to do now. In the next question, I'm going to work out the product. But what I will do is I will leave difference here. I will leave it. I won't delete it so that it won't affect your program, Zoe. What you can do is you can see that if your sum is still on the left here, what you can do is you can go and untick it so that it won't show on the screen. But you can leave it there. It's not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, I will come back to questions. Let's now quickly we can see that as I made this 1, 2, 3, the three things appeared over here. Now you can see my variable which was there is not ticked. If you tick it, it will show up over here. Now we don't want that one because that's not part of our program. So we untick it, it disappears. Now another thing I want to show you, you see if you come here on this box here, and if you double click it, it changes the way it looks. So basically, let's go look at difference. If I double click it, that is still different, but see the words in front of it disappear. If I double click it one more time, right, it now shows like a slider, like a volume, you know, a volume control. Now it looks like this. But for now, since we are learning, we're just going to leave everything standard. We leave it as it is. Now, let's do this program, and then we'll come to questions. So try your best to try and pay attention to what I'm doing, and then I will, if you got a question, I will answer it. So let's start. The first thing we do to make this thing happen, we need something to trigger. What is going to trigger or what is going to start the coding? Normally, we click this green flag. So I will come down to events. I will select this block when the flag is clicked. I'll take it and I will place it in the middle. Then when we come to variables now, remember it says I need to assign values. There's a question, assign value 10 to num1, 5 to num2. So there's your set block. But we are going to set num1 to 10. You saw how I did that. I will do the next one a little slower. You drag the next one. You come here. What am I setting? You pick which variable you want. So you come where the arrow is, you click it, all your variables will appear here. There's num2. You select num2, and num2 value we want to put in 5. So I click on it, you use your keyboard, and you type in 5. Then they ask you, calculate and display the difference. Now, you know difference means one number subtracts the other number. Basically, it's subtraction. So you take another set, and you say set difference to. Now, I'm not going to go and type in the answer there. I want the program to calculate it for me because I know the answer is 15. But when the numbers become bigger and bigger and we want the answer to come immediately, then it's better to use these operators now. Now, if you go look at this operator that I've selected, it's got here a space for something to be put in, subtract, another space. So basically, it's something, subtract something. You take this and you can put it inside there. So what do we want? Num1 subtract num2. So you go back to variables. Now look at this part here, very interesting part. Now you can go on num1 and you can drag it like a normal block and you can put it inside now. Now, but listen very carefully. Now watch it. I didn't let go yet. I'm still holding it. Can you see, as I'm coming close to the green, can you see the entire green thing it became highlighted. It's like glowing. If you let go now, watch what's going to happen. If you let go now, you see that? this num1 took the place of this big block here. So you will get the hang of it. Basically, we need to put this inside there, and this need to, it doesn't matter how you like to do it. If you like to put this inside here, and then let's take num2, you're gonna put it inside there, and then you want to click on the green and put it in there. No problem. You can go ahead. Let me run it, and then I will take a question. Let's go make full screen. Let's click the green flag. There it is. Num1 became 10, num2 became 5, and the difference is worked out. 10 minus 5, the answer is 5. Okay, so does anybody have a question about this thing over here? Let's take that question. Let's take the question from Owetu. Okay, when a pop-up message comes up on your screen, press your unmute button. Okay, Kabisa, our host, will send you the message when you want to speak, and then you can unmute. Okay, so can Owetu speak? Okay, I think there's no, it's not working there. Let's take a question from Jakob. Jakob?
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Sir.
Okay, Jakob, you muted yourself again. Unmute and then you can speak.
Sir, I was asking if you could please leave this on for some time so that I can just do this on my computer.
Okay, you see the problem is, Jakob, we've got limited time. Like basically we only got like maybe 20 minutes left, and I want to show you more things. But what we can do is, are you accessing the videos, Jakob? Jakob, sorry, unmute yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, are you accessing the videos?
Yes.
Okay, but what I will do is I will leave this on while I'm explaining again, and you can try and you can do it. So whoever is doing this at the moment, go ahead. I'll leave this on for a while, but I'm just gonna, in the meantime, explain the third question. Okay, so while this is on, you can go ahead. Let me just take another question from. Okay, user, I see your hand is going up all the time. Okay, please unmute your mic and you can speak. Hello? User, you are unmuted. You can speak. Okay, now you have muted yourself again. Okay, no problem. Let's explain question 3. Now look at question 3, guys. It's very similar to the first two questions. We're using even the same values. I'm using 10 and 5. I just want to show you, this one here says now, calculate and display the product. Everything about the question is the same. It said, make 3 variables, num1, num2. But now they want product. Now, I'm not going to go and delete difference in case there's anybody that is actually coding this at the moment. I'm just going to make another variable, and we are going to call that variable what? Product. There it is. Let's type it quickly. Product. Okay. Now I'm going to leave difference over here so that you can continue. Now product. I'm sure you guys in grade 5, you know product, they also refer to that when they're talking about multiplication. So there's a hint I put here. Num1 times num2. That's how you find product. Now watch here. I'm not going to delete this since anybody that's typing or coding this, I'm going to leave it there. No problem. Let's add in the bottom here. I put another set block, and I'm going to say set product. Now, product, I must go to operators and I need to find what? Something times something. Let's look for operators. Now, if you look at this here, I'm going to place this in the screen. This asterisk in coding, even if you're coding in Delphi or you're coding in another language, when you're multiplying, they use the asterisk sign, because if they use the X, the X sign, X actually means the alphabet X, like A, B, C, D. X is just an alphabet. So basically, they use the symbol here, the asterisk, to indicate multiplication. So let's go to variables. I will take my num1, I will drag it and I will put it in here. I will take my num2, I will drag it and put it in here. Then you take your entire thing, you put it in there. Right. Let me just maximize the screen. Let's click the green flag. Look at that. Everything worked, even difference worked out. 10 multiplied by 5 is going to give me 50, and there's my answer. Product is 50. Okay, I'm going to leave this on the screen for you to type. Let's try the next one. Question 4, same question. I just added one more thing. I said there's it there. Create a program that makes 3 variables, num1, num2. We already have num1, num2. And quotient. Let's go make a variable for that. That's the new one. Okay. So those of you guys, you're smart in maths. What do you think quotient is referring to? Division. There's a hint I put there for you. Quotient is num1 divided by num2. So I'm not going to delete anything over here. I'm going to only add the part about the quotient. So I will take this block, the set block, put it in here. Let's go now. I don't want difference. I'm looking for quotient. Come down. There is quotient over here. So now I need to look for something divided by something. Let's go over here to operators. There's my division over here. Now, if you look on your keyboard, right, most of your keyboards, they don't have a division sign. Okay, so how do you find the quotient? You take, let's go to variables. I need to take num1. I will click it and I will drag it and put it in there. That is num1 divided by, I need to put num2 in here. So take num2, drag it, put it in over here. Then remember now, when I'm dragging to put it here, you don't drag like you see. You mistake to drag the wrong one. No, you want to drag the whole thing. So you got to click on the green area. So can I'm going to put in sum here because since can you see this program has everything we did, only sum is missing. So what would you do in the situation? It's not a train smash, guys. You can come here. You can click on make a variable. Let's make sum again. Click OK. Now there's sum appeared here. Now I will take this set. Now I will take and I'll put it in here. Since we worked out sum first, I'm going to put in sum over here. I will click and I will select the variable sum. So I'm going to set sum to, I need to go and find the green operator, the one that says plus, there it over here. Let's put it straight in. I'm showing you different ways of doing it. All right, I'll put it straight in and I'll go to variables. I need to put num1 into the first and I need to put num2 into the second. Now let's run this program. We're going to do all 4 things one time. And I will answer questions after this. Right, let's run this program. Can you see it already has values? 10, 5, 5. That is because the previous time that we ran this program, the values ended up at this point. Okay. Now, if you want that, we can go set it back to 0. But for now, it's not a problem. Leave it as it is. Let's click the green flag. But look what happened here. There's 10. There's 5. The difference, 10 minus 5 is 5. Then product, 10 multiplied by 5 is 50. Quotient, 10 divided by 5, your answer is 2. That's correct. And then sum came up since we did it at the end. 10 plus 5 is 15. And it's all working. Now, remember something. We just made a program. If I come in here now, watch. Let's go and change this value. Let's make it more difficult. Let's say we're making it, let's say 1000. And we make this, let's say 50. Look at all these values. Within less than a second, I've clicked the flag. In less than a second, we have all the answers. So we basically just made a maths program, which you can try out yourself. Now, while I'm going to leave this on the screen, so whoever has 2 devices and you're trying this out, no problem. Let's go and take a question. Right, let's take a question from Jethro. Okay. Jethro, can you unmute your mic?
Sir,
Hello? Hi? Hello? You're unmuted, you can speak.
sir.
Hi.
So if you want to make like a background and you don't like, so if you want to choose a background and you don't like any of those, can you make your own one?
Yes, yes, I will quickly show you that while the others are doing this. Okay, you see here when you come to backdrops, Jethro, are you watching the screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You see when you come down here under stage, can you see my mouse? When you come down here to choose the
Yes, sir.
backdrop, yeah, you see this option here, upload backdrop. You can, when you select that, you can actually, just
Yes,
say
sir.
if you went to Google and you downloaded a nice picture, just say you've got a nice picture of maybe your Marvel characters, you like Avengers or something. If you save the picture, you can click this button here and maybe under your downloads, if you find the picture that you have, it can be your background. You just select it and open, and you can use that new backdrop. But you've got to save it first. Once it's saved, you can find it using this option here, upload backdrop. Okay, let's take another question from let's take the question from the cat thing. The kid saying Malakele. But you can unmute and you can speak. Hi. You're unmuted now, you can speak. Hello? Okay, looks like there is a problem there. Let's take a question from Noah. Maybe you try, Noah.
Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Noah. How are you doing?
Will our stuff ever interact with the real world? Will our code ever interact with the real
When
world?
is the code going to interact with the real world?
Yeah, will we ever do that?
Okay. You see, for now, I'm just teaching you variables. In the next lesson, I will show you, you see these values that I entered here. I entered num1 1000 and num2 50. Now I'm testing it in the code. Now what I'm going to show you in the next lesson is, you see this robot character here, this character. He will ask you for the value, and we will interact like question and answer. I will show you that in the next program. You see, we're trying to do it slowly, step by step, but we're going to come to that part. Okay, let's take another question from, okay, user. I'm going to try again. I can see your hand is raised, right? You're unmuted, user. Okay, I can see you are unmuted. So if you're unable to, we are not hearing you, maybe you have some fault with your mic. So sorry, user. Let's take another question from Zoe. Hi, Zoe.
Hi, sir. Sir, I
Hi.
have a question to ask
Okay.
you.
All right.
What if the program doesn't work?
If it doesn't work,
Yes.
okay, what problem you're having there, Zoe? You're trying this out.
Yeah, I tried. I put in 1000 num1 and 50 num2, but for some reason it's not working.
Okay, and you've got all this what I have. You've got all of this,
Yes.
and it's not working. Did you try clicking this green arrow?
Which green arrow?
Well, not green arrow, sorry, the green flag.
Yeah.
And still nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, man. Maybe, okay, are you using two different devices? Maybe we can share your screen and I could see what you typed.
I'm using my computer for the coding, and I'm using my
Okay.
tablet for the class.
Okay, okay, I understand. So you won't be able to share your screen. Okay, not a problem.
Yes.
But you know what? Look, just go and check against here. This code. Do you have set num1 to? Let's bring it back to a smaller number, 10. Set num2 to 5. You don't have to even have all of this. When you're testing, even if you got just that one there, sum, and you've got that and you clicked it.
Okay. It still didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Maybe let's try. Maybe you can take a picture of your screen, and I'm not sure if you can upload it to the chat. I will try and look at it, and maybe the next time I will try and correct your errors. So sorry, man. See, you are using two different devices, so you won't be able to share your screen.
Yeah.
But what you do, Zoe, I can see you very enthusiastic. Try and go and step by step here and see.
Okay.
Tell me something, Zoe. Are these when you made your variables? Are they showing like this on the screen?
Yeah.
Or they are showing? Do they have any values in it?
So for num1 it's 20, for num2 it's 7, for product it's 50, for difference is 5, and for quote it's 2.
Okay. So basically you do have, which means you did run at one stage, but do you have this stuff here like this? Can you see this here?
Yes.
Did you put in that operator like this?
Yes.
Okay. Just go and check. Maybe you made a mistake. Can you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? We've got 6 blocks. All the blocks are the same block, right?
2,
We've used the
3,
set
4,
block.
5, 6. Yes.
Right, and we've got the, and make sure that all your blocks must be locked in. For example, just watch here. If I take this block and I leave it there, right? If I leave this block over here, can you see the block is not joined in to the rest of it? So this last 3 blocks won't be run. Okay. Let's take, we coming close to the end of the session. Can we take another question Let's try Bonice.
Hello.
Hi.
So, last lesson you said you can go and log in. So the
Yes.
moment we logged in, but then we were at the dashboard, but then it said this feature is under maintenance.
This feature is under maintenance.
Yes.
So basically, you went to the website, you clicked on sign up. You've done that part, Bonice.
Yes, we did.
So you did that part. Did you enter your email? Did you receive that email? Bonice, did you
So
receive the
I don't
email?
know. Sorry?
Did you receive the email confirmation when you signed up?
We signed up, but then the feature was under maintenance, it said. But then we left it for 2 hours and it still said the same thing.
Okay. Maybe just try again, or try and sending them an email, and they will pick up your email and sort it out. But normally it shouldn't be a problem. Once you go, I'm going to show you once again. For those of you guys who are unsure, you go www.mzora.co.za. You go in there. Okay, now I'm already logged in. I'm going to log off and I'm going to show you again quickly. I'm going to log out. Okay. You're going to come to the screen over here. You're going to go and click sign up. Enter all this information here. But once all this, you're going to click create my new account. You'll see that the email address that you enter here, you're going to be sent a confirmation, which you need to probably click on the link. And if the link is not basically a link, you have to copy and paste that link in your browser. And then it will tell you that you are registered, and then you'll probably be already logged in, or when you come and log in over here, you enter your username and you enter your password. You log in. Now, when you see this part here, it'll say welcome, your name. This is your dashboard. You click on this to go in. But once you click on this, it should work. Now, you know what? This is all running online, this program. So just make sure you did your steps correctly, because if it says, it won't say under maintenance, then I won't be able to use it if it was under maintenance. Okay. So please try again, Bernice. And okay, I've only got time for one more question. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's say Jaden.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Is it true that you can add multiplication and division?
Yes. Yes. See, multiplication. There's multiplication over here. The asterisk.
Okay.
In Mzora blocks, for multiplication we use the asterisk sign, and for division we use the slash sign. Now in the next couple of lessons, I'll show you what if we want to add 3 numbers. I will show you how you take this operators like this, and we can join. You can join the operators. See, now we've got 3 numbers, something plus something plus something. I will show you all of that. You can even go and investigate and learn some of that on your own. Okay, let's take another question from Victoria.
Yo.
Okay, Jaden. Hi, Jaden. Are you fine? Are you answered?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, thank you. Let's get a question from Victoria.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Okay, who's speaking? Victoria.
Yes.
Hi, Victoria. Go ahead with your question.
Sir, I wanted to ask if how can I get the videos of the classes? I missed some.
Okay.
This is my first class.
Oh, sorry. Okay, no problem. You see, what you need to do is you need to go to YouTube. Right. Let me show you yesterday's PowerPoint. Okay, stay with me, Victoria. I will show you quickly. Okay, I have that one. Okay. Can you see the screen, guys? If you go here to YouTube, you go there in the search bar, you type in Africa Teen Geeks. You will find all the videos that I've done. Right. Even if you want to go look at some grade 4 things, you want to go look at grade 3, you will find all the videos there. Okay, obviously now today's video, just give it some time. By the end of the day, it will be there. But we'll find all the previous day's videos. Lesson 1, 2, and 3 will already be on there. Okay, so all you guys, if you are stuck, please go back and check slowly. There you can press pause and you can try the things out. Okay. Okay. Okay, I've got a little bit time for one more question. Let's, Nasia, you can ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I just wanted to know, so like when you go back to Zora, MS Zora,
Yes.
so then on your screen you have at the bottom like the little yellow thing that has like questions in it. Do we have to have that on our screen? Because I don't. But all my
this is-
numbers
yeah.
are right. Like for num1 it's 1000, for num2 it's 50,
Oh.
difference 950, product is 50,000.
Yeah.
Everything
No,
you have on your screen.
Okay, no, guys, look here. See this thing here. You don't need to have this. I typed this now so that you can see what question we're doing. And you see these values that I have here. You don't have to have that value. If you, for example, now look at this new thing here now. When you click with 10 and 5, there's your values here now. Now you guys are quite smart in math. You can figure out the difference. You can check if your answer is correct. So basically start off with small numbers. Then you can just check quickly. 10 minus 5 is 5. 10 times 5 is 50. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 10 plus 5 is 15. So if you have all these answers here, then you should be happy. But remember, you must go click the flag. So then all the numbers get updated. Okay. Guys, I'm sorry, we're out of time. I hope I've answered most of you guys' questions. I know this is quite difficult, this concept about variables. The previous lessons when we were making things move was more fun, but you guys are in grade 5. So we can't just only make things just move around. Now, in a game, if there's no score, what's the point of playing the game? How would you know if you are winning? How would you know how many levels there are? So we have to incorporate variables so that you can make more difficult games, more interesting apps, and so on. Okay, guys? Okay, we got to end the session. It was good being with you guys. Take it easy, sanitize, wear your mask, and try and practice this coding. Thank you so much. Bye.